see some speed.
Gervonta Davis just put $5 million on the line. But is it confidence or desperation? That's not a typo. Ahead of one of the most anticipated rematches in recent boxing memory, Gervonta "Tank" Davis made a stunning wager, publicly betting $5 million that he'll knock out Lamont Roach. It's bold, it's brash, but it also raises a serious question. Why is he pushing this hard? The boxing world is split. Some say this is the old Gervonta re-emerging, a ruthless knockout artist ready to reclaim his throne. Others see something different, a man under pressure, trying to reassert control after an unexpectedly close first bout that shook his reputation. As for Roach, he's not rattled. He's not running his mouth. He's just training, quietly, confidently, and with the kind of discipline that wins fights when all the noise fades. So, which story will this rematch tell? A legacy reaffirmed or a new king crowned? When Davis and Roach first squared off, fans expected fireworks, but they didn't expect the narrative to flip. Lamont Roach wasn't just competitive, he was composed, calculated, and at times clearly in control. For long stretches of the fight, he looked like the sharper fighter, the hungrier one, the better one, and that shook people. Gervonta Davis, usually the one making his opponents look lost, seemed off. He started strong, sure, but as the rounds progressed, his timing slipped, his footwork slowed, and his signature power shots, they didn't land with the same impact fans were used to. The judges ruled it a draw. Some analysts gave it to Tank. Many more gave it to Roach. And suddenly, a new narrative was born. Did Tank lose a step? The comparisons to Floyd Mayweather versus Marcos Maidana came fast. Maidana roughed up Mayweather in their first bout, but in the rematch, Floyd adapted and dominated. Fans are now wondering, can Gervonta do the same? Or was the first fight a sign of something deeper? The first time they met, Roach walked away with more than bruises. He walked away with belief. After months of silence, Gervonta Davis came out swinging, not with his fists, but with his wallet. In an era of flashy talk and social media bravado, Tank took it a step further, staking $5 million on himself to win by knockout. It's the kind of move you'd expect from a man bursting with confidence. But when you look closer, it might tell a different story. His trash talk has escalated, bordering on personal. His interviews are louder, angrier. He's challenging anyone who doubts him and brushing off Roach like a minor inconvenience. He's channeling the same cocky energy Floyd Mayweather used to command the spotlight. But some fans aren't buying it. Because here's the thing, true confidence doesn't need to shout. And when a fighter starts making headlines outside the ring to drown out what happened inside it, it begs the question, what's really going on? When the shouting gets louder, sometimes it's to drown out doubt. Is this the return of a killer instinct? Or the roar of someone trying to silence their own uncertainty? Whatever doubts people had after the first fight, Gervonta Davis is taking them seriously. Behind the scenes, he's been rebuilding, not just physically, but mentally. He's brought in Coach Mustafa, a respected trainer known for sharpening timing, accuracy, and ring IQ. That's no small change, especially for a fighter already this deep into his career. Alongside Mustafa, Coach Kenny Ellis, longtime strategy mastermind in Davis's camp, has taken a more prominent role. Known for his no-nonsense discipline and ability to break down opponents with precision, Ellis is making sure Tank doesn't just train harder, but smarter. And something else is different this time. Davis has gone quiet. No flashy distractions, no backflips, showboating, or over-the-top antics. Just sweat, strategy, and silence. This time, he's not talking with his mouth. He's planning to speak with his fists. It's a return to the roots. The version of Gervonta Davis who came up swinging with nothing but hunger in his eyes. And for Roach, that could mean he's not just facing a better prepared opponent, he's facing a more dangerous one. In a sport built on bravado and bold declarations, Lamont Roach is the calm in the storm. While Davis grabs headlines with big bets and big words, Roach stays rooted in something much quieter, discipline. He's not interested in sound bites. He doesn't need to sell the fight with theatrics. His focus is entirely on what happens after the bell rings. Roach's strength isn't just in his footwork or timing, it's in his mentality. Guided by his family, his faith, and a relentless work ethic, he approaches this rematch not as a chance to prove the world wrong, but to prove himself right. From his earliest days in the gym to now standing on the sport's biggest stage, Roach has never looked for shortcuts, only for clarity. He doesn't just want to win, he wants to earn it. Despite having outshined expectations in the first fight, Roach hasn't let that momentum go to his head. He still trains like the underdog, running before sunrise, watching footage for hours, and sparring with a hunger that doesn't come from fame, but from purpose. And that's what makes him dangerous. Roach isn't just in shape, he's in the right headspace. And that's more dangerous than any left hook. He's not chasing the spotlight, he's chasing greatness. And when the lights hit the ring, he plans to let his fists do the talking. Outside the ropes, the fight is already underway. Ever since their first clash, fans and critics alike have dissected every move, every quote, every shadow of doubt. And at the center of it all is one burning question. Is Gervonta Davis still all in? Some say he's lost that edge, that the fame, money, and chaos have dulled the razor-sharp focus he once had. Others insist he's more locked in than ever, using the noise as fuel. What's undeniable is this. People are talking more about Davis's motivation than his jab. Meanwhile, whispers are circulating about Roach II, his sudden rise in visibility. More interviews, more appearances, even being spotted courtside at NBA games, has some wondering if the humility that got him here might be slipping. Could success be clouding his focus? Coach Kenny Ellis, the brain behind Davis's tactical preparation, isn't taking the bait. When pressed on Roach's recent visibility, his response was simple but sharp. "We're not falling for the banana in the tailpipe." Ellis knows the real game is mental. The interviews, the bets, the rumors, they're part of a psychological chess match that's been going on long before fight night. Both camps are playing it, trying to tip the mental scale without showing their hand. Before the first punch is thrown, the psychological war is already underway. And in a fight this close, it might be the mind, not the muscles, that wins the night. At its core, this rematch is about more than records or rankings. This is legacy-defining territory. And for both fighters, the outcome could alter everything. If Lamont Roach wins, the implications are massive. He moves from being a respected contender to a legitimate star, one who beat one of the sport's most feared names not once, but twice. It would be a seismic shift, shaking up the lightweight division and proving that patience, discipline, and belief can rewrite the script. If Gervonta Davis dominates, it's not just a win, it's a reclamation, a return to the top, a message to every critic, every fan, and every future opponent. I'm still here, and I'm still the best. A convincing victory would silence doubts and re-establish Tank as the most dangerous name in the game. The stakes aren't just personal, they're symbolic, because this isn't just about a belt, it's about belief, about which version of the truth will survive the final round. This rematch isn't for a title, it's for their future. One fighter walks away elevated, the other walks away questioned. Strip away the hype, the interviews, and the press conferences, and what remains is something far more human. You've got Gervonta Davis, a fighter forged in hardship, once the embodiment of raw, untamed potential. Over the years, he's evolved into a technician, a tactician, a brand. But with evolution comes new expectations and sometimes new vulnerabilities. The rematch is more than redemption. It's about whether that evolution has made him stronger or softer. Then there's Lamont Roach, the man who was never supposed to reach this level. Quiet, technical, underestimated, and now respected, even feared. His journey hasn't been paved with highlight reels, but with perseverance. He's not just fighting for a win. He's fighting to prove that being overlooked doesn't mean being outmatched. Win or lose, both men are walking into a moment that will define their careers. And when the gloves come off, only one man will be walking away with his legacy intact. All right, guys, If you enjoyed this breakdown, don't forget to like this video to support the channel. Subscribe to Boxing is Here for the latest updates, fight breakdowns, and expert analysis. And turn on notifications so you never miss an upload. Until next time, peace out.